Oregon's race for governor now extremely close. A new independent poll just out. You see it right here. It shows Republican Christine Drazan and Democrat Tina Kotek just a mere percentage point apart. That's if that election took place today. 32 to 21. Meantime, unaffiliated candidate Betsy Johnson, a former Democrat, getting 18% of the vote.
So with just 6 weeks until Election Day, what does that mean? Lisa Balick joined us with some answers. You had a chance to look at that and talk to some folks, Lisa.
Yeah, this is causing quite a buzz because just 1 percentage point difference, 31 to 32%, is extremely close with that election just 6 weeks away. Now, it's surprising some people. Others say it shows dissatisfaction in how things are going. Division over major issues such as gun control, like a measure that will be on the ballot.
Adding more gun laws into one of the most restrictive gun law states in the nation will not prevent further tragedies.
And I'm the only person on this stage who has fought year after year for common sense gun legislation in the Oregon legislature, passing expanded background checks and red flag laws.
I do not support the measure. It has 3 elements. I think it places an undue burden on small police departments. There was no funding mechanism articulated with the ballot measure.
The 3 leading candidates in the governor's race in a debate in Bend last night: gun control, abortion, homelessness, key issues. Republican Christine Drazan trying to become the first Republican governor in Oregon in more than 35 years. According to the poll, she's solidifying her base more than Democrat Tina Kotek, who's especially challenged by Betsy Johnson, running as an unaffiliated candidate. Drazan's campaign in reaction to this latest poll saying, quote, "It shows the state is ready for a new direction." Kotek's campaign saying the other candidates would move Oregon to the far right on issues such as abortion rights and preventing gun violence. Political observers say candidates are trying to figure out what issues appeal to voters the most.
Many voters are going to vote on more kind of bread and butter economic issues: gas prices, inflation, crime, and those are issues that Christine Drazan and the Republican side are really leaning into as areas that they have a political advantage on. So it'll be interesting to see to what degree Kotek keeps her message really aligned with those issues that Democrats are favored on, or if she really speaks to those, again, kind of bread and butter, kitchen table economic issues.
Betsy Johnson says she may be playing from behind, but so is Oregon, and intends to keep going after, quote, Kotek's far-left record. 6 weeks until Election Day seems like not much time, but right now, this is a race to the finish. Now, keep in mind, we have 1 million registered Democrats in Oregon, about 750,000 registered Republicans. But there are 1 million voters who are not a member of any party, up for grabs. And in this race, definitely, your vote's going to count.